In the electrifying climax of The Karate Kid 2010, the air inside the tournament hall grew so heavy with anticipation that every heartbeat seemed to echo through the crowd. Thousands of eyes locked on the battered figure of Dre Parker as he rose from the mat once again, his body screaming in pain, his leg torn and weakened from Cheng's ruthless assaults, yet his spirit blazing brighter than ever, as though every struggle he had endured in this foreign land, every taunt, every blow, every lonely night longing for home, had crystallized into an indomitable will that now propelled him to stand tall against the one opponent who had come to symbolize every shadow of fear and humiliation he had faced since arriving in China. And opposite him, Cheng, the feared prodigy of the Fighting Dragons dojo, radiated menace, his eyes narrowed and posture coiled like a predator convinced the fight was already his. Yet beneath that veneer of confidence flickered the first tremor of doubt as he watched Dre straighten his shoulders, exhale slowly, and fix his gaze with a focus Cheng had never before encountered from this underdog he once dismissed as nothing more than prey, a boy who dared to defy the unbreakable order of their hierarchy. The hall fell into a tense silence, broken only by the faint rustle of the crowd shifting forward in their seats, and in that silence Dre remembered the countless hours training with Mr. Han beneath the quiet shade of the courtyard, remembered the way Han's hands guided his arms to flow like water, remembered the lesson of stillness, patience, and above all the art of turning one's vulnerability into an unshakable strength. And it was then that Dre summoned the Cobra, not merely a technique but a living embodiment of balance, grace, and lethal precision, his arms rising slowly, mirroring the sway of the serpent Han had taught him to study, his eyes locked in unblinking rhythm with Cheng's, hypnotic and deliberate, creating a mesmerizing dance that transfixed not only his opponent but the entire arena. Gasps rippled through the spectators as they leaned in, whispering of the impossible, for they had seen this movement only in demonstrations, never dared in competition, and as Dre shifted into the Cobra's flow, Cheng's breath faltered, his timing fractured, his once unstoppable rhythm caught in the snare of uncertainty, his fists twitching with hesitation as though unsure when or where the strike would land. And in that frozen heartbeat Dre struck, faster than thought, faster than Cheng could comprehend, his motion so sudden, so precise, that it seemed less an attack and more a revelation of all the pain, endurance, and courage distilled into a single devastating moment, the Cobra Strike flashing forward and colliding with Cheng's guard, shattering his confidence as surely as if Dre had pierced through armor itself, and Cheng staggered back, eyes wide, his body stiff with shock, the crowd erupting into thunderous cries that shook the walls of the hall, their roar carrying the weight of disbelief turned into awe, for they had just witnessed a transformation, the metamorphosis of a boy once mocked and cornered into a warrior who now stood at the center of destiny, unshaken, unyielding, every ounce of fear burned away in the fire of resolve, and as Cheng faltered, gasping for composure, Dre's chest heaved with exhaustion yet his gaze never wavered, for he knew this was the instant where battles are not merely fought with fists but with the spirit that declares to the world, "I will not bow, I will not break, I will rise." And so in that single Cobra strike, a strike that seemed to last forever and yet pass in the blink of an eye, Dre Parker not only stunned Cheng but rewrote the story of the fight, seizing from the jaws of defeat the power to inspire, to prove, to triumph, leaving Cheng visibly shaken, the audience electrified, and history carved into memory as the moment the underdog's courage became legend.